woke up early, sun shining bright. Got the flag, got the fight. Ready for the big game today. College football fever. Yeah. Dugout's packed, the crowd's alive, cheerleaders spinning, waving flags. Game day magic feels like home. With Mondo, D-Truth, Lulu, and Sniper on the mic. Are you ready for some college football Saturday? Let's cheer for our team, feeling the thrill of the game. Screaming, jumping, never slowing down. Together we're unstoppable. Can't you feel the fun? Marching band, drums rolling out, tailgating, burgers cooking good. The field's lit, the energy's high. We're ready, let's make history. Coach is yelling, players running fast. From Texas to Notre Dame, Georgia, Clemson, USC, Tennessee, Bama to Ohio State, defending their crown. The final whistle, the crowd roars. Victory we won, it's all worth it. High fives, hugs, we're all one. College football fever. We own it. Are you ready for some college football Saturday? Let's cheer for our team, feeling the thrill of the game. Screaming, jumping, never slowing down. Together we're unstoppable. Can't you feel the fun? Mondo, D-Truth, you kill. We're unstoppable. Saturday morning kickoff show, we ride. From morning till night, we're on fire. This is the season with the pride.
Good morning. September the 20th, 2025. It is college football Saturday morning. Good morning, brother. Good morning. I'm your host, everyone. Welcome to the Saturday morning college football kickoff show. I'm your host, Armando Black. Got my co-host here with me, D-Truth. And it is week 4. And I just got one question I want to ask you, brother. Are you nervous? We've been talking about this day all summer long, bro. You nervous?
But I'm tell you what. I'm tell you something. I'm gonna take a page out of high school, right? Not as nervous as what happened last night at high school football game. It didn't happen at the high school football. It happened outside of the high school football game. Mm-hmm. Or your alma mater versus Lafayette High School at Lafayette. At halftime, your team was up 36-0. Gunshots rang out. Rang out. It wasn't at the stadium. It was sold out. It wasn't at the stadium. It been heard in the stadium while both teams had halftime, so they called the game and then won the ball game. Cause for that reason. So I'm not as nervous as them folks was.
Yeah.
Come on, man. When can we? Can't even go to a game or like we said, football game where nothing somebody causes a havoc.
Mm-hmm. That's the third event that has happened this year, and you know it's a short season. We haven't even reached October yet. We've had 3 events that happened in high school football games. We had an incident here in Georgia where there was a brawl. It wasn't no gunshots or anything like that, but there was a brawl. But you know, hopefully these high schools will tighten up with security, tighten up with law enforcement, need more law enforcement presence, just like you have at an NFL game and you have at a college football game. Tensions run high at these high school football games. I remember, we both played it. Tensions ran high. You know, people on both sides had flare-ups and you had fights. You had, you know, you had all kinds of mess breaking out. So they need more. We've come to the realization because there's more money involved now. It's more money in high school football. These schools are putting money into it. The communities are putting money into these games now. So they really need to beef up security on that front. Now, Let's talk about last night. Last night, now I've seen a lot of upsets
Hmm.
over the years on a Friday night. One that comes to mind is when the number one ranked USC Trojans went into Corvallis on a Friday night in 2007, and they were upset by
Hmm.
Oregon State. But what happened last night takes the cake. That takes the cake. Blackout, Stillwater, and Tulsa. The Golden Hurricanes come in there and dominate from kickoff to the final buzzer. That was just a total embarrassment. Before we speak on that, let's salute the chat here real quick. Salute to you, Ginger Westfield, 225 girl, King Young. Salute to you, salute, and everybody else that's watching. I'm gonna
Yeah,
start off with you.
as I say, Jenny Westfield is a LSU Tiger fan. I know she smiling in the ear right now.
Yeah, if you're an LSU fan, you are grinning from ear to ear because right now you are in the mix. Right now, the road to the playoffs goes through Baton Rouge as we speak right now, as far as the SEC is concerned. But yeah, go ahead and tell me what is your overall assessment of what's going on down there in Stillwater?
Like we said before, and just like Jenny Westfield said, right? Gundy need to go. It's time for a change. We said that 2 years ago. Time for a change in Stillwater.
Hmm. Let me see whose alarm going off. Is it mine or is it my wife's? Hold on.
Like I said, we said this 2 years ago. That yeah, King, you go Buckeyes too. We said this last week. We said it last year. We said it the year before. It's time for a change for the Oklahoma State Cowboys in Stillwater. It's time for a change. Why you keep trying the same thing every year? It gets you close to the BCS, but don't make it. Have win the season, but don't make it. Don't even make it to the conference championship game. Put it this way: when Oklahoma and Texas left the Big 12, this would have been Oklahoma State time to step up. This would have been Oklahoma State time to step up. He won't. I don't think he won't. Ginger. Too far good. I think he won't evolve. All these coaches you see that are starting to win, they are evolving now. You got to evolve with the time, and he can't get the players. I just see he cannot get the players to come to Stillwater. I don't know why, but that is the point. Y'all got to agree with me. I want as a coach, as a parent, you got to change with the time. If you don't change with the time, even as a person, if you don't change with the time, you're gonna get left behind. And we said this 3 years ago. He needed to go because he's not changing with the time. He's not evolving. Look at I'm asking about no this right here. When Texas and Oklahoma left the Big 12, TC was
Mm-hmm.
down. SMU left.
Mm-hmm.
Baylor was down.
Mm-hmm.
When you think Oklahoma State would have stepped up and took over that conference?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Everybody thought that it would be a two-way battle between Oklahoma State and Utah. Let me elaborate on what I think is going on in Stillwater. The man is in his 20th. This is his 20th anniversary. Okay, he was appointed the head coach in 2005. He also played at Oklahoma State. They almost won the Big Eight back in 1988 when the year that Barry Sanders won the Heisman. A lot of history with Mike Gundy in that school. He is the winningest coach for that program. One day a statue will go up on campus. I think it's because he was coaching so long before the NIL and the transfer portal era. I think he's kind of lost. I think he kind of lost the love for coaching college football. Not saying that he won't anymore, but I think he needs to kind of like step down and maybe go in the booth or maybe become the I think the athletic director would be a perfect fit. He coached for 20 years. Outside of winning a national title, which almost happened in 2011. He almost got a chance to play for a national title in 2011. I think he's made his mark down in Stillwater, and he can ride off in the sunset as a Oklahoma State alumni, as the winningest head coach in Oklahoma State history. Won multiple Big 12 titles, uh, winning seasons, 10-win seasons. He has a legacy down there. So, but the transfer portal and the NIL is kind of taking its toll on a lot of head coaches that were coaching before that era began. Now, with that being said, he's in the heart of oil land. And I don't understand if Oklahoma and Texas are getting the players. I don't understand why Gundy is not able to get players to come to Stillwater, that beautiful, big, beautiful campus. One of the baddest stadiums in college football. I mean, Boone Pickens Stadium is luxury. It's a luxury. You gotta actually see it to believe it. And I don't know, man. I think there's hope for the program. It's definitely hope for the program. It would be a perfect landing spot for any young head coach. But I hope they let it play out the rest of the year and don't jump the gun and let him go fire him this week. I don't, not on his 20th anniversary. And the two losses that they've suffered, Oregon and Tulsa, those are non-con games. All right. So far, they still have a chance to win the Big 12. Let's not forget that. So it's not over till it's over. Yeah. Remember, LSU had a situation like that in 2022, and they ended up in Atlanta. So
yeah,
salute to you, Jay Solo.
But I'm saying this right here. Even let's take out the NIL and this era right now. Right? Let's take out this era right now. See what I'm saying? Let's take out this era. Getting close, 14 years ago? Okay. 11 to 14 years ago. Okay. Mm-hmm. But besides that, me and you both know, I don't care alumni or not. We don't care in the SEC. We don't care how long they've been coaching at our school. And we wouldn't care how many winning season. They wouldn't care how many championships you would have brought. If you don't have that consistency, what would that coach be? He wouldn't have lasted long in the SEC. You know that.
Well, it's not an SEC school.
That's my point.
It's not an SEC school, but we can't say that because Mike Stoops is the longest tenure head coach in the SEC right now.
Yeah,
and he ain't won a damn thing at Kentucky. you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but compare Kentucky to Oklahoma State,
they're similar.
Kentucky, they similar.
Football programs are similar. Oklahoma State ain't won a national title since 1945, and Kentucky hadn't won anything since 1951. So they're kind of similar when it comes to football.
But the problem difference is who been more relevant.
Oklahoma State.
Okay, then.
21st century, and then in the latter part of the 20th century, you would definitely give it to Oklahoma State. But just in the early,
Stoops has resurrected Kentucky program.
Yeah,
that's a difference. Yeah. That's a difference.
Yeah. But let's not forget 2018. Let's not forget 2018 when Stoops took them to 11 wins.
Yeah,
and the only reason why they didn't end up in Atlanta because they ran into Georgia, Kirby and Georgia.
Yeah. And let's take a look at Mark Stoops and Mike Gundy at that same time period. They compare sheets, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ain't no comparison, bro. Mike Stoops raising Kentucky. Look at Oklahoma State is going down a little bit. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
It look
yeah,
like Mike
Oklahoma.
Stoops adjusted. Go
Mhm.
ahead.
Yeah,
Oklahoma
Oklahoma.
State adjusted. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Oklahoma State has been on the decline. I think the same issues for Gundy is the same issues for Dabo. I don't think Gundy is being as aggressive in the portal as Venables and Sarkeesian and it's Elko down in Texas A&M. You have to be aggressive in the transfer portal. That brings in some qualified players with experience. That you bring in a lot of experience into your dressing room. Yeah, they have to learn your system, but they have experience on a college level. So that's the advantage versus a coach that never messes with the transfer portal. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Ginger Westville says, Mondo, if they lost to Tulsa, they're not going to win the Big 12. Remember, everybody laughed at Notre Dame when they lost to Northern Illinois. Remember week 2, Notre Dame lost to
Hmm.
Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois was what, they had like one win in the last 2 years. And they went into South Bend and beat Notre Dame. Nobody gave Notre Dame a chance of making it to the playoffs. They made it to the playoffs and they came that close to winning the national title, but they ran into a buzzsaw in Ohio State.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
anything is possible.
Anything, any given Saturday, or Friday,
Yeah.
whatever day they playing on. Like I
Yes,
said,
sir.
I wouldn't say necessarily fire 'em in during this season. Uh, Unlike some schools already did, to some coaches already got rid of them. But the dean, the athletic director, got to look for a change. They want to change. You see what I'm saying? The question is,
Mm-hmm.
do they want to still stay in the same spot, or they want to evaluate, level up? See, it seems like a whole lot of coaches don't like the NIL and the transfer portal deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some coaches had adjusted. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
Dubbo and Gundy, they got to adjust, right? They got to adjust to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So either you're going to adjust to it, or you ain't gonna have a job. You're gonna be sitting in one of the broadcast booths, or you're gonna be that athletic director.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Exactly, man. All right, so let's go on to our Q&As here. We're gonna jump right on into it. The Miami Hurricanes are the clear favorites to win the ACC this year. Yes or no?
as of right now, I got to say no. I got to say no. Reason why I say no is too many variables in the ACC right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the likes of Florida State. They playing well. Georgia Tech, they playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Miami playing well. Any of them three right there, then it might be a team we're not even thinking about that's playing well might win it. So it's an open season in the ACC right now.
Mm-hmm.
With Clemson falling last week, you know it's open season in the ACC. So we can't
Mm-hmm.
definitively say Miami is a clear cut favorite to win the ACC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, I'm not gonna say clear cut either, based on a simple fact. I got to see them do something on the road. They don't travel. When I mean on the road, I mean outside of the state of Florida. They don't travel outside of the state of Florida until like early November. I gotta. It's a little easier when you got your first 4 to 5 games at home. And your biggest games are at home. It's kind of easy to do that. So I don't know if they're the clear cut favorites. I got to see them line up against Florida State and watch out for
I
North
told you.
Carolina.
That
Watch
what I was,
out
hey, that what I
for,
was
for the
saying.
fighting. Yeah, yes, sir. Keep
That
a
what I was
close eye
saying.
on what's going on in Chapel Hill. Here comes Bill Belichick. Here comes Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and like you said, their first game is at Florida State, October the
Mm-hmm.
4th. Like I said, it could be any number of team. See, I can right now. Clemson is what? 0-1.
Mm-hmm.
They not out of it, but they wasn't. We could both agree there was a clear club. One of the clear. Them and Miami was the clear club favorite to win the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the likes of Georgia Tech, like Miami, Florida State, uh, North Carolina. You see what I'm saying? And right now, Georgia Tech, NC State, and Steph got the leg up on everybody. They want to know where the conference. Everybody else got to catch up. Can that trend continue? Will we see a new ACC champion this year?
I most definitely think so. I think the ACC is gonna. I think I could see Miami and Florida State playing twice. Let me read this comment right here. Ginger Westfield said, did y'all hear what Dabo Swinney said at his press conference? I wish he was our coach at LSU. I'd rather have him than Kelly. I don't know about that because one thing about Brian Kelly, he will work that transfer portal.
Yep.
He will use the resource to end. See, Dabo don't believe in that. Dabo is stubborn and stuck in his ways, and you're gonna have to rely on freshmen and high school kids to build that program. Which ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of hard to compete in today's world of college football if you're not participating in the transfer portal at all. And that's what Dabo. He don't believe in the transfer portal, so I don't think he'll last long down there in LSU because in order to, compete in the SEC, you're going to need that transfer portal. You're going to have to be active in that transfer portal.
And another thing, what people feel like, no, it's not you fill in the spot with a transfer portal player, right? You fill in the spot, but also when you fill in that spot and you recruit a high school kid, guess what? That the player that you bring in for another school is teaching that young man, oh, this side, this right here, got it. See, you always had the coaches when they go recruit, you had for the transfer portal and all that. You always had the coaches try to guide these players, right? You had a senior, junior try to guide the players how to play position, whatever. Now you also got the coaches. Now you got the player for the transfer portal who want to play this on big games.
Mm-hmm.
Got these young players. So you got. I don't know what Debo and Gundy going to do, bro.
Okay, let me read this comment. 225. Let me start with 225. These are two great comments. 225 girl said Dabo mindset and his ways will not work in the SEC. The boosters and fan base are not going for that. Exactly. They'll get frustrated and they'll run them up out of Baton Rouge. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
Ginger Westfield said Kelly is great in the portal, but has never won a big game, no matter where he's coached at. Let's see. He won a big game. Let's go to the pandemic when he was the coach at Notre Dame, and they beat Clemson in the regular season. All right, and that game that game right there put him in the playoffs. He won a big one when he came to LSU. He won a big one on a Saturday night against Bama. The season opener against Clemson, that was huge. And the man is undefeated. The man is undefeated right now. So, hey, give him time. If you ask me if I had one game to play for the championship, who do I trust more? Brian Kelly or James Franklin? Ask any Penn State fan that question. They'll tell you put me Brian Kelly. Now you want to talk about somebody that ain't won the big one? That's James Franklin. But Brian Kelly don't won some big games. He just ain't won. He ain't won the ring. He ain't won the championship. He ain't won the big one. But he don't won some big games now. What you're talking about, Ginger, you're talking about James Franklin. Salute to you, Bacard Obama. All right, next question. Yeah, it could be worse. It could be James Franklin. It could be y'all head coach. All right, bro, we're going to dive right on into it. Keys to victory for Florida, man. This is it. They're going to be slow walking, sad singing if they don't get it done today. They got to go down to.
Hey, you see what shirt? Hey, you see what shirt I got on, don't you?
Yeah. You can stick a fork in them. They lose this when you can stick a fork in them. They are done. They are done. This will be the third loss. They will be done. Their 2025 season will be over with before the leaves even fall. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this way. Lagway, that's the only offense what what they started to do is they started to key on Lagway. They started to key on Lagway, right?
Hmm.
Somehow the coach got to found a way to get that pressure off of Lagway.
Hmm.
I ain't seen what they ain't ran the ball good enough yet to take the pressure off of him.
Hmm.
I don't know what they got to do today, bro. I don't know what they got to do until they learn how to run that ball in SEC. That's the only way that pressure gonna get off of Lagway. Till they learn how to run the ball. If they don't run
This.
the ball today,
Mhm.
they ain't gonna win today, bro. They gonna run the ball.
This is the problem that I see for Florida. Okay, same problem we had last year. Third down calling. The play calling on third down has been atrocious. Um, and the talent is there, man. People were not picking them to preseason to make it to the playoffs for nothing. This team has talent on it. DJ Lagway, you got to remember, man, he was a Heisman favorite coming into the season. I think the talent is there. They have one of the best defenses in the nation. Okay, that we do know, and that is what we found out last Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
They look, man, LSU they could not get a first down. The only reason why LSU won that game Saturday was because of their defense. So the Florida on one side of the ball, they're good. I trust their defense. But if their offense can just turn the light switch like they did last year after the cocktail game, they turned that light switch on against Ole Miss. They turned that light switch on against LSU. They turned that light switch on against Florida State. If they can turn that light switch on, if they can turn that light switch on and get that offense clicking like I know they can because they got some weapons. They got an O line. They got one of the biggest O lines in the SEC. If they can go out there and play SEC football, that's gonna be a 4 quarters game. That's gonna be a 4 quarters game.
That's what I was saying. They got to run the ball, bro. That's why I didn't say about the defense. You run the ball to take the pressure off the quarterback, and if you run the ball good enough, they're gonna take the pressure off of that way for them to win the ball game. Because if they don't run the ball, bro, if they don't use the weapons they got, the running back is what they got, and call the right plays. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care get 1 or 2 or 3 yards. That's set up a play action. They still get the defense got to still think about the run. But if you don't do that, if they don't do that, bro, I don't see it. I do not see it. I don't care. That defense gonna get tired.
And I
It would
really
take people
think,
through.
yeah. I really think they have to. That's what that goes back to what I was saying. They have to keep drives going. On offense, they have to win on third down. They have to. It is imperative that they win on third down. Time and time again, I've seen this Florida team on first down. They, they'll get 4 or 5 yards. Then second down, they'll get 3, and then it could be like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, or something like that. And they call the dumbest play. I mean, the dumbest play for the third down, and they end up having a punt or a false start or a holding penalty. Something happens that to where they do not pick up that first down.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. You got to pick up third down, regardless what team you is.
All right, brother. Key, I'm gonna take this one first. Keys to victory for Miami today. Jump on Florida early and jump on them often. The offense it has to set the tone today. You don't want to get in a slug fight with Florida. You don't want to get into a slug fight. A slug fight. See, the thing is, if you're playing a team that you are heavily favored to beat, you the idea is to put them away early, and that's what Carson Beck, Miami, you know, Malachi Tony, C.J. Daniels. You got the weapons. Ruben Baines is going to do his thing on defense. Now, Ruben Baines, he got to be disciplined. He got to be disciplined because if he whiffs and misses Lagway in the backfield or the running back in the backfield, it's going to be the game is going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Miami got to put them away early and often, and the same thing that for, apply for Florida on offense applies to Miami on defense. You got to get them off the field on third down. Get them off the field on third down like LSU did.
You are right about that, and I agree with everything you just said. And I'm gonna say this another thing with, and just like I said with Miami, keep the pressure out of Carson back. Keep the pressure out of Carson back. I don't care you had to run versus run the ball, and defense got to set the tone for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Defense got to set the tone for Miami. That's the bottom line. Like you said, jump on Florida, jump on often, drop on early.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just basic basic football.
Yeah, so we agree on that. You got to jump on them early and jump on them often. Keys to victory for Nebraska today. They got a chance to do something big today. They got Michigan.
Michigan. Oh boy, let me go say. Oh boy, that right there. That right there is going to be in Nebraska. There's something going on with Michigan. They got a chance to do something that Ohio State hadn't had a chance to do, and hadn't done in 4 games in 4 years. Beat Michigan at home, and they got a chance to take control. Make sure they have a chance to take control of the
Well,
Big
ain't
Ten.
no take a control because there are no divisions. There are no
Yeah,
divisions. So you got to remember they did the same thing the SEC did. They got rid of divisions. So
yeah,
they'll be up there with the winner of Indiana, Illinois, Oregon, Ohio State, and Penn State. They'll
yeah.
be in the upper echelon of the Big Ten.
Oh, that was for to say. They got a
Mm-hmm.
chance to be in the mix to win, go to the Big Ten championship game. So, and they got a chance to put Michigan out of in the hopes of get to the Big Ten championship game. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, the best just got to play their brand of football. Do not differentiate. Do not differentiate from what you've been doing,
Mm-hmm.
but do it a little better than you've been doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my keys to victory for Nebraska is do not allow any explosive plays over your head. Do not allow any explosive plays down the field. Okay, keep everything in front of you. Force Michigan to be Michigan. If Michigan is going to get you, let it be on the ground. Okay, so it's going to be that big Nebraska D line versus that huge Michigan O line. That's what you want it to come down to. You don't want Underwood sitting back there in their pocket dancing all day and throwing dimes down the field. You don't want to go out like that. Keep everything in front of you. Because when it come down to the trenches, me personally, I think Nebraska may have the edge in that. So if you can keep everything in front of you and make it a ground game, I think it kind of favors Nebraska. You know, I think it kind of favors Nebraska. But if you want to get into a downfield scoring match, that favors Michigan. Because Underwood, he has a cannon. He has a cannon.
And another thing, do not do not beat yourself in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska, Michigan.
All right.
Mm,
He's the victor for Michigan.
Keith Victor Michigan is try to score, try to score, and try to keep the basketball defense on the field as much as possible. Wear them down. Wear the basketball defense down. That, that what else can you do to Nebraska? Wear the defense down. Keep the basketball offense on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
And don't shoot yourself in the foot like you've been doing. Do not shoot your by penalty or turnovers. Do not shoot yourself in the foot. I tell that to any team, especially Michigan, do not shoot yourself in the foot.
Mm-hmm. Um, win downfield. Win downfield. Make it. You got to get them in the air. Get them in the air because I don't like Nebraska secondary. I think Nebraska secondary is a little shaky. They're shaky. That is the weakness in that Nebraska defense. Now, the front, the defensive front remind me of the old black shirts. But that secondary, they got some problems in that secondary. So if you're gonna get them, you want to get them in that secondary. So what you do to Ohio State, you got to do the opposite. You got to do the opposite. They're like how they getting Ohio State on the ground the last 4 years. I think you can get Nebraska in the air. So much kind of like what you did to USC last year. Yeah. You got USC in the air last year.
It's gonna be an interesting game. We're gonna see if Nebraska take that step forward, or they're gonna take that step back. Michigan gonna step up and say, "Hey, we still is one of the big dogs in the Big Ten." We're gonna find out.
They got to claim their respect today. All right, keys to victory for Mizzou today. Another team. You got to. Hey, this game right here is huge. This can really move the needle for Mizzou and put Mizzou in the upper echelon of the SEC contenders up there with LSU, Georgia, Texas A&M, and Texas, and the winner of the Oklahoma-Auburn game. So keys to victory for Missouri today. You got a wounded South Carolina team coming in to Columbia West.
Yeah, and like you said, you got a wounded South Carolina team coming in. Don't know what the quarterback going to play. We don't know what South Carolina quarterback going to play. So you got to take advantage of it. And if you don't take advantage of that right there, and you playing at home, you got a chance to put yourself in a mix of the SEC. So run the ball. Keep running the ball. Take what that South Carolina defense gives you. And on defense, all depends on if South Carolina quarterback plays or not, starting quarterback plays or not. Put pressure on that backup quarterback. Put pressure on that backup quarterback when you're on defense. What you do to a new kid on the block? You're gonna test him. See what kind of mental versatility he have. Test him out. Put pressure on him. Make him read some defenses. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Mizzou, you got to get South Carolina off the field on third down. Simple. Win on third down. Get Sellers off the field on third down. And they have issues running the ball. They have it, and don't allow any explosive plays. I would put a safety on top of Harper. Force someone else to beat you. Don't let Harper be the one to beat you. And those would be the keys to victory. Not only would you win, I think you will win comfortably, like by a touchdown and a field goal, maybe multiple touchdowns. Because the Mizzou defense, no, they're bringing the wood. They have a good defense this year. Keys to victory for South Carolina today.
You're going to go with South Carolina. Their defense got to step up, bro. The defense got to step up just in case. I'm putting it all on defense. I don't care what the defense has to do. Do not let the ball get behind you. Make open-field tackles. Do not cause unnecessary penalty for your defense, giving Missouri cheap first downs. You got to help your offense out just in case Sellers is not playing. The defense got to step up, bro. Bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
I put it all on the defense now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just simple. Put it on the defense. Cause we don't know if Sellers is going to be 100% coming in that ball game. So guess what? The defense got to step up. They got to prove they got to prove their worth coming into this ball game.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to let Lenora Sellers be Lenora Sellers. You know, enough of this trying to turn him into Warren Moon. Okay. You gotta let him be, you gotta let Lenora Sellers be his childhood hero. You gotta let him be Cam. The kid grew up with Cam posters on his wall. The kid grew up with Cam posters in his locker. Let him be Cam, the man that he studied and idolized all these years as a kid, because I think that's more his game. Let Lenoris take over the game like he did in Clemson last year in the season finale. Let him do that in Columbus, because remember, same scenario. You went into Clemson. You went into Death Valley. No one gave you a chance. No one gave you a chance to win that game. Lenore Sellers, Shane Beamer put the ball in Lenore Sellers' hands, and Lenore Sellers took over, and he went off. That's what they got to do today in Columbia West against Mizzou.
There you go. He gave you the offensive. Hey, Mano gave you the offensive side of the ball. I gave you the defensive side of the ball. Go ahead.
He's the victor for Illinois, and I'm going to take this one first. You cannot play, even though, let's go to the Duke game, okay? That game, the score, put it like this, that game was a hell of a lot closer than what the score says. I'm just going to say that. That game, I watched that game. That game was a lot closer than what the score says. The reason is because Illinois defense has a problem on third down. You allowing these first downs. Salute to you, G. Bama. You allow too many first downs. You can't do that with Indiana today. You can't do that. Mendoza and Indiana, that's a scoring machine. You got to get them off the field on third down. So if you do not get Indiana off the field on third down, it's going to be a long day in Bloomington.
Oh, yeah. You right about that, G. Bama, boy. Respect to you. It's going to be a long day. Regardless, it's going to be a long day for either team. Because Illinois and Indiana, they came out, I'm going to say it, they came out of nowhere last year. Who expected them to be like they was last year? Nobody. So they continue to that trend this year, but so happen they got to play each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at this game like this right here gonna define Illinois tonight. Do they take that step up? They're gonna take that step back. And I'm gonna say the same thing about Indiana. They're gonna take that step forward. They're gonna take that step back. So Illinois' defense is a little suspect. It's a little suspect, and the offense ain't bad itself, but they got to control the pace of the ball game. Bottom line, Illinois got to control the pace of the ball game.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Um, hey, but it's going to come down to the defense, though. It is going to come down
Mm-hmm.
to the defense. And keys to victory for Indiana. I'll take this one first. Mendoza, Mendoza. Hey, turn him loose. Turn Mendoza loose tonight, and just let Mendoza be Mendoza. Turn him loose, man. Look, don't switch up. Now, a lot of times, coaches, and he did this against Notre Dame in the playoff game, he switched up. You are a passing team, you are a high octane style team. You like to run RPOs, you are up tempo team. Don't get into no phone booth match with Illinois because this is Brett Bielema, a defensive guru. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. You got to turn this. If you Indiana, you want this to be a track meet. That's your style. You're like the Tennessee North. You want this to be a track meet. So that's my keys to victory for Indiana. Jump on them early and jump on them often. And test that secondary out because that secondary got issues. Duke took advantage. I think Indiana damn sure could take advantage of it.
Mm. What can I add to that, bro? Hey, ain't nothing I can add to it because I was thinking the same. I was the same doggone thing. Take advantage, take what the defense give you, and let Mendoza do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let Mendoza do his thing. That's what else can you do? But also keep the defense on by running the ball too. So, hey, and give it to your playmaker on the outside. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey, make it. Hey, do not want to make it a trenches game with Illinois. I think if
Mm-hmm.
Indiana try to make it a trench game with Illinois, they'll lose that. Illinois, Indiana will lose that ball game.
There you see, right there, G Bama is picking the upset. G Bama, hold on. Let me give you a little sound here, G Bama. G Bama is picking the upset of the day. He is picking Florida to upset Miami. Brian, hey man, hey, look, man, I got a feeling that could happen. That could happen. Florida got the talent to pull that off. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Florida
Hey,
got the talent to pull it off.
yeah. Hey, bro, I got it. Look at him. He picked that upset. I got it. Tell me if you can hit it. Hey, he just shot the Miami fans right. He just shot the Miami fan, bro. He just did it, bro. He
They're
just shot
nervous.
him.
They're
Yeah.
nervous. They're nervous about this game. They're nervous about this game because let me just bring everybody up. Ole Miss came off a huge win against my Georgia Bulldogs. They did us wrong in the Grove. They did us wrong in the Grove. And here's the kicker. After the week after, they had a bye week. They had a bye week. They went into Gainesville and Florida dominated them. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody gave Florida a chance in hell of winning that game. And Ole Miss pulled off the upset. That's what I'm sorry. Florida pulled off the upset. They they had a few players to go in the draft, but most of that squad came back. They have a high retention rate. The return to Gainesville, man, they got the talent to pull it off. So I wouldn't be shocked at all. Keys to victory for Tulane today.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm not going to go on what the quarterback can do or defense got to do. I'm gonna go and say it. Tulane, you got to keep on defense. You got to keep on offense. You got to stay on the field. Stay on the field. Keep that Ole Miss offense on the sideline. Keep that Ole Miss offense on the sideline. Keep it on the sideline. Don't give them a chance. Don't give them a chance to breathe. Don't give them a chance to breathe. Cause look, I've seen the prop spread 11.5 point, bro. You thought with Ole Miss being at home, you thought it'd be more than that, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Keep Ole Miss offense on the sideline. They almost
They,
did it. They almost did it. What, last year, or the year before?
mm-hmm.
So, hey, guess what? And Tulane is it what? Is it in Mississippi or is it in LSU in Louisiana?
It is in the Grove. It's in the Grove.
That's right.
Um,
I'm talking about Tulane University. It's in
Tulane,
which
New
state?
Orleans. They're in New Orleans.
Oh, they close by. It's just like a rivalry anyway. Hell,
Yeah. Yeah, that is a rivalry.
that's
They
what I'm saying.
remember Tulane used to be an SEC school.
Yeah. Hey,
A lot of people
again,
forgot that.
and just like G Bummer boy said, hey, run the ball. Guess what you do when you run the ball, Mondo? When you run the ball, who controls the game when you run the ball?
The
There
team that's running the ball controls the clock, and you shorten the game. And
you
that
go.
is what that's my key to victory for Tulane. You just took it from me. Run the ball, control the clock, win on third down, win on first down. First down is very important, okay? Because if you're a
Mm-hmm.
running team, you want to be averaging somewhere between 4 to 5 yards on first down. So you get in the second and 6 or 2nd and 5. That makes it a little easier. Okay, so you can dink, you can play you can throw a screen play, you know what I'm saying, a screen play or a check down on second down, then you come up third down, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and you can just turn around and hand it to your running back and get the first down. That's the type of game you want to play today against Ole Miss. Keep that offense on the sideline because Ole Miss is going to want to turn this into a scoring match, and that's not Tulane's game.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know what I'm saying? Cause and and you just took the word right out of my mouth by Ole Miss key to victory. Turn into a track meet.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I know people get tired of saying the hill saying track meet. Run Tulane up and down that field.
Mm-hmm.
Score quick, score fast, get the defense out there, get Tulane 3 and out, get back there and keep scoring. Turn into a track meet. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm. Play lane kicking football, up tempo, go up tempo, go up tempo, and just I would definitely run up tempo majority of the first half, the first and the second quarter. Tire that defense out, have them going in that tunnel at halftime and wishing that the game was over with. That's what you go up tempo and it's we having Indian summer weather right now. It's hot all over the southeast. So that right there's another huge advantage. So go up tempo and that crowd, that crowd is gonna be loud. And I think you can take Tulane out of the game early if you go up tempo and wear down that Tulane defensive line.
Yep. They gonna be a good one.
Mhm. All right. Okay, so we're getting into the main event games here today. Keys to victory for Auburn today.
I'm gonna say this: open field tackles on defense. Play
Mm-hmm.
your lane. Play your lanes. And on offense, let Jackson Arnold be Jackson Arnold. Run the ball. Get the ball to your playmaker. Hey, and try to get behind them defensive back of Oklahoma. Get behind them defensive back of Oklahoma. And another thing on defense, like I said, stay your lane. Hey, 4-man front. Don't play none of that 3-man front I be seeing. I don't like 3-man front, bro. I don't like because you get hit
Mm-hmm.
home. Sometimes you hit home, but play a 4-man front. That's all I gotta say. And run the ball. Keep doing what you're doing with the ball. Run the ball. Get 2, 3, 4 yards on first down. Stay ahead of the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got to do, Auburn. That's all you got to do. All you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And don't shoot yourself in the foot and no turnovers.
Mm-hmm. You got to keep them. You got to keep John Mateer them off the field. And the only way you're going to be able to do that, you have to get some 3-and-outs. Auburn has the defense. They have the linebackers. They have the fast linebackers. They have a deep defensive line that they can rotate in. They can bring in so they can wear down that Oklahoma O-line. You got to win on third down. You cannot allow John Mateer to extend drives. If you take them 3-and-out, and here's where you can tell who's going to win the game. Who's going to win the game? Whoever is winning on third down, whichever team is winning on third down, is it's going to come down to the trenches on both sides of the ball. Auburn has to win on third down on offense. They got to keep the chains moving on offense and wear down that Oklahoma defensive front. So whichever team wins on third down is going to win this game. Very important. Salute to you, Agent Smith. Happy Saturday to you, brother.
What's up, Agent Smith? Then another thing is, and get a chance to score, okay, a field goal or a touchdown, get the points.
Mm-hmm. Keys to victory for Oklahoma today. You got to pressure Jackson Arnold. You cannot be afraid to blitz him. You got to go after him, because if you do not blitz him and you let him sit back there, he can pick you apart. Remember, Jackson Arnold has an arm. He has a cannon for an arm. He has great accuracy. His passing, his accuracy has improved this year. So you got to go after him. You got to go. I know it's a risk because he can run. It's a risk. But listen, this right here today is a de facto playoff. It's a de facto playoff game. A de facto play-in. I think the winner of this game is in damn good shape to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And especially Auburn, because after this you have A&M, Georgia, Alabama. You don't have to worry about LSU. You don't have to worry about Texas. But this game right here, Auburn, both teams need this game. They need this. Neither team can afford to lose this game because of what you got in front of you. So,
yeah, you're right about that. And like you said, Oklahoma, John Mateer, what he got to do, just like I said on Warriors on, what was that, Tuesday night, Thursday night, whatever night it was, that both of the quarterbacks needs to play within themselves. Don't try to do too much. Let your other players around you do your work for you. You see what I'm saying? And just like you said, on that defense for Oklahoma, you got to stay your lane with Jackson Arnold. Just like Auburn defense, got to stay the lane with Mateer. You got to stay your lane. And Oklahoma get a chance to score, touchdown or either field goal, you got to put points on the board against the other team. Because it might not be a shootout. It might not be no run and gun for either team. Points might be coming sparingly in this game. You see what I'm saying? So the key to victory is for both teams just about the same, bro, for me.
And that's the thing with Oklahoma. You don't want to get into a field goal kicking match with Auburn. Historically, Auburn has been one of the best special teams this century. When it comes to kicking field goals, you don't want to get into a field goal kicking match with Auburn. You don't. You want to finish your drives with touchdowns. If I'm Oklahoma, you want to finish them with touchdowns. But G Bama says, give me OU because it's in Norman. Here's the thing about Norman. Norman ain't Death Valley. Norman ain't Brian Denny. Norman ain't Sanford Stadium. Norman ain't Jordan Hare. Norman ain't Norman ain't Columbia, South Carolina. They don't have that SEC atmosphere. Many teams have went in Norman. Remember, Iowa State owns Norman, Oklahoma. Iowa State owns. They own. Look, man. That's Ames 2.0. Norman. They go down there and beat Oklahoma damn near every year, including the year they had Jalen Hurts. So,
Hey, I'm gonna say this with German boy, G Bama boy. Last year, although all the way Oklahoma won at Auburn last year, cause
turnover,
turnover, the interception return for a touchdown. And guess what? That team last year wasn't as good as this team this year.
Yeah, Auburn ain't turned the ball over this year. That's the problem that
Yeah.
Oklahoma's going to have today. The Oklahoma's going to have to straight up win this game. And when your quarterback is the leading rusher, that's not a good thing. that ain't a good thing.
And that thing, G Bama boy, Auburn got more than 2 outstanding receivers. that receiving room, that receiving core room is deep. Horatio Fields. Go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna get back to that because that's gonna be the main event game we're gonna pick. Arkansas and Memphis. Arkansas need this game. They need this game. Memphis head coach has been popping off at the mouth about the SEC and the SEC style of play. I'm hoping that Arkansas go down there and shut them the hell up. I'm rolling with the Hogs on this one. I got Arkansas.
I'm taking the Hog on this one too. Respect Sickle. And I'm going to tell you with where we started right now you 13-10 for after three things. Me and AJ Smith 11-12. So it's tight, bro. It's tight. Somebody got to pull away sooner or later. I'm taking Arkansas myself.
Okay, now this one right here, I think the winner of this game is going to be the big bad bully in the Big 12. But the winner of this game, I think the winner, in my opinion, man, I think the winner of this game is gonna walk right into Dallas.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, boy, the 2 U's and 2 T's. Ooh, Utah Utes and the Texas Tech. You know what? Let's go Cowboys. Let's go Texas Tech. I'm just throwing something. I'm just throwing something that at the wall, bro. I'm going Texas Tech. This one of the hard games to choose right here. One of the hard games to choose. I'm going Texas Tech.
You're going Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Utah, right?
Let me go check. I don't care. They were playing in the phone booth.
Salute to you, common sense. Salute to you, brother.
Yeah, it's in Utah, but a 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I'm going with Utah. Now I will say this: I think Texas Tech is the future. I think they're the future of the Big 12. I think Texas Tech is gonna take over that conference because of the level of talent that they're recruiting, that they're bringing in. But this year in 2025, I just think Utah is just too loaded. They're too loaded, and I think Utah is going to win this one by that much. It's going to be a close game, 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what the next game. And G Bama boy already has picked the upset. Miami and Florida, everything says that Miami is gonna run them up out of Hard Rock Cafe Stadium, but I'm gonna be honest with you, D-True. I just got a feeling. Yeah, I got a feeling about this one, man. I got a feeling about this one, man. I think I'm being honest with you, man. I got to roll with G Bama on this one, man. I think Florida is still Florida, man. And I think people are writing them off a little too soon. And I think they kind of remind me of Auburn. When their backs against the wall and no one believes that they're going to win that game, like what Auburn did to Bama in 2019, I can see this happening today because you got to remember, this is a rivalry game. This is a rivalry game. This ain't a situation where Florida is a non-con team that never sees Miami. These two teams don't like each other. These schools can't stand each other. So a lot of these players, they played against each other in high school. So I don't know, man. I'm out the roll with the upset, bro. I just got a feeling. I just got the strangest feeling. And remember, that Florida crowd travels. So it ain't really expect the Gators fan to take over half of Hard Rock Cafe Stadium. And if Florida get up by a touchdown, that place gonna get loud and it's gonna have instead of green and orange, you're gonna see a lot of blue and orange all through Hard Rock Cafe Stadium. Give me Florida for the upset, man. I just got a feeling, man, about this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right here. I am with you on that, bro. I'm with you on that. And hey, they got embarrassed last week, bro. Florida got embarrassed. They got embarrassed. What one way to rectify their embarrassment?
Simple mistakes cost them that game. If DJ Lagway would have had a halfway decent game last Saturday, they would have beat LSU. Remember now, they were hanging with LSU for majority of the game. And how good is Miami? Because how good is Miami? Because Texas A&M went to South Bend and beat the same Notre Dame team that Miami beat at home. So how good, really good is Miami? We're going to find out today, because I think today, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think Florida's defense is a little bit better than Notre Dame's defense.
Yeah. I'm telling you something. I don't think Ladway going to have a 5 interception game like he had last week.
Hell no.
And AJ Smith said it's the Apple Bowl, Washington State versus Washington today too. So I forgot about that game.
Oh man, you know, and that's a no-brainer, man. Washington. Who you got in this one, man? You got Florida too?
Yeah, I got Florida in this one. Because I'm telling you, DJ Ladway gonna have the same game he had last week.
No, he ain't gonna have no back-to-back 5 interception games, and that's the only. They still could have won it at the end. They still could have won it at the end. Carolina, Mizzou. I just don't trust South Carolina offense, man. And Missouri defense is improving. They at home. It's going to be hyped in Columbia West. I'm rolling with Mizzou in this one, man. I'm rolling with Mizzou in this.
I'm going to say this. I'm taking Missouri. Because I'm telling you why I'm taking Missouri. I don't know if South Carolina quarterback is playing. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem I had with that. And if that backup is in there, and you see what they got, how they got done by who did they play last week?
Vanderbilt
at home. I can't trust them on the road with that backup, bro. I'm taking Missouri.
Lenore Sellers, without Lenore Sellers, because they already don't really have a running game. That's the problem. They already don't really have a running game. Without Lenore Sellers, one thing we found out last Saturday, without Lenore Sellers, they're a totally different team. Totally different team. So
you're right.
I'm rolling with Mizzou.
I'm running with Mizzou. And they just went to Arkansas, Utah, Miami, and South Carolina. So they keep that up. At least we got somebody on. Hey.
You keeping the books. You keeping the books.
Yeah. At least we got somebody else picking with us, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I will take them for first. Ooh, boy. I'm going. I want to go Tulane. I'm taking the share. I'm jumping out. I'm jumping out the boat. Ball going Tulane Greenway. They've been too close. Every year, beating Ole Miss. I think this year they get them.
I was going back and forth on this one. And the only thing about it is I just don't trust a team that's one dimensional. And in order to beat a SEC team, an SEC elite team like Ole Miss, you got to be able to do it not just on the ground but in the air, because Ole Miss is nothing for them to load the box up on Tulane. And if you don't have a passing game, you're in trouble. And then and then Ole Miss, they're gonna score some points. That's one thing we do know. Ole Miss gonna get theirs. The question is, will Tulane get theirs? And I just don't think. I think they'll get some, but I don't think it'll be enough. I'm taking Ole Miss in the Grove.
Okay.
G. Bama and Agent Smith agrees with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tulane is too one-dimensional, brother. And I think this will open the door wide open for UNLV in their Group of Five playoff spot. Illinois, Indiana, one of the games on the headlines for today. Illinois traveling to Bloomington, Indiana, to take on the Hoosiers.
Well, I you know what? I went back and forth on this one myself right here. This one I went back and forth on. And it's hard to say. You know what I'm gonna do? This is how I'm gonna do it. Since my late great aunt used to live in Chicago, Illinois, I'm going to Illinois, bro. That's the only way I can decide, bro. My aunt used to live in Illinois. I got to go to Illinois.
I'm going with Indiana, man. I think Illinois will score some points, but I don't think it'll be enough. Indiana's a scoring machine. They've been averaging 50 points a game this season so far. I just, and the Illinois defense is not as good as it was last year. There's some holes in their defense, so I'm going with Indiana. It'll turn out it'll start off as a scoring match, but I don't think Illinois will be able to keep up with the scoring match with Indiana. Mendoza is the better quarterback to me. I trust Mendoza more than I trust Illinois quarterback. Indiana, Nebraska. I'm sorry, Nebraska, Michigan.
I see a basketball game for Michigan. And this it. And this the basketball game. They get right back in the hunt in the Big Ten.
Like Ginger West saying she don't trust Brian Kelly in big games. I really don't trust Matt Rule in big games. I don't. Take away that one Big 12 championship game in during the pandemic in 2020 when they upset Oklahoma State. Other than that, man, they ain't really won no big games. Matt Rule has not really won any big games. So, but Shamar Moore has. He's battled
several of them.
Yes. He's beating the mighty Ohio State Buckeyes, and he's beating the Crimson Tide. You don't get no bigger than those two. I'm rolling with Michigan, man. Games like this, you just can't go against Michigan.
A.J. Smith went with Nebraska.
Hey.
And he went with Indiana, and like G. Bama boy went with Indiana. So, hey.
All right. The main event.
You really got to ask that question to me.
The main event. The main event. Yeah, G. Bama, that's another reason why I'm picking Michigan. Justice Haynes. I think he'll have over 100 yards on the ground today.
Yeah.
All right. So I know you got Auburn. I had my mind all made up. To pick Oklahoma, man, but that Oklahoma, look, man, in order to beat Auburn, and the only way we was able to beat Auburn the last 2 years, that we escaped by the skin of our teeth, the only way you're gonna be able to beat Auburn. You got to have a running game, and that's something that Oklahoma don't have, man. When when your quarterback is your leading rusher for the season,
Mhm.
that's not a good thing. As great as John Mateer is, he is the quarterback, man. He should not be your leading rusher.
Mm-mm.
And with that being said, man, I'm going with the upset, man. I got Auburn winning this one.
And I'm telling
In
you
the
no,
off season, everything had Oklahoma winning this one, bro. This is a different Auburn team, and after watching them, the only way you're going to be able to beat Auburn, you're going to have to be able to produce on the ground. You're going to have to be
mhm.
able to run the ball on them, and I don't think Oklahoma going to be able to run the ball on Auburn.
And then another thing is when you got so many offensive linemen that is the show I did Morgan's on. We got so many offensive linemen, and your starting center is out for the season, and
Mm-hmm.
this the fourth game,
Mm-hmm.
and the
That's
backup
another
center,
thing too.
yeah.
That's another
Hey,
thing too.
go ahead.
Out of everybody on that O line, the last person you want to lose. Losing a tackle hurts, but losing that center, oh man, that hurts. That hurts. You do not want to lose your center on a big game like today.
So it looked like AJ Smith taking Oklahoma, but I'm telling you, this is gonna
Mm-hmm.
be a good game right here. Like I told you last night, I'm calm. When I did Warzone, I was kind of nervous. Then I went to work last night, which I took somebody's spot, right? But I was calm at work.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and I was calm all day. I'm calm all day. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice when I'm calm in big games, they usually win. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and plus with the punch spread went down from 7.5 to 6.5, there's something going on. Somebody ain't playing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody ain't playing. And then the two big receivers for Auburn, Singleton and Michael Simmons is playing along with Horatio Fields and Cam Coleman. And way Auburn been running the ball, way the offensive line been taking control of the defensive line. I want to see can Oklahoma defensive line stop that run. That I want
Mm-hmm.
to see. Like I said, with
Mm-hmm.
both teams, they both got to be disciplined. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
both quarterback can run the ball. So, but Mateo
Mm-hmm.
more than Jackson Arnold.
All right, today we're gonna start something new, everyone. Helmet stickers. Hold on. Damn thing tripping. Hold on. String you up tripping.
I guess we gonna want
Uh,
us to take Oklahoma.
hold on. Hold on. Okay. Let me try it again. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, all right. They tripping. Okay, so let me do it this way here. Hold on. I'll be ready for that next week since
Yeah,
it's tripping.
yeah.
Helmet sticker. Now, since we didn't hold on. Hold on. Let me get rid of one of these here.
Yeah.
Hold on. We're gonna get it here, everybody, but just bear with me now.
You just
A
bear
little
with it.
technical difficulty.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
try some we try some every year, and then we come up with things to make the show a whole lot
and yeah,
better,
and a new
exciting.
and a new segment. So this is we're gonna be handing out helmet stickers. And since we didn't, I had every intentions on doing this on our post game show last week. So this week we'll hand out helmet stickers for last week, and then helmet stickers. We'll predict helmet stickers for this week.
Yeah.
So my player that went off last week, definitely. First road start on the road as a starting quarterback. Um, put up 304 yards against a damn good Tennessee defense. Led Georgia in a epic comeback, and in my opinion, will go down as one of the greatest college football games of all time. Gunnar Stockton, you get a helmet sticker from me, Armando.
Mm.
All right, now who gets your helmet sticker for last week?
I'm going to go ahead and say this. It wasn't too many good games last week, and I got the. I'm gonna tell you who's gonna get my helmet sticker this week.
No,
For
give us
last week, for
last
last,
week.
today for
Okay,
last week.
okay.
I gotta give it to the Georgia Tech kicker. The walk off
Oh
field
hell yeah!
goal.
Oh
He got
hell!
a helmet sticker, bro.
Oh
He got to get my helmet sticker. He
oh
got to
yeah,
get it.
man! And you know what? I looked at the replay on that man. He could have hit that from 70 plus.
Yeah.
That's how long the kick was. Yes, sir. He could have hit that for 70 plus, man. So all right. So this week, your prediction, helmet sticker. I'm gonna start with you since I went first last time. Your prediction for the helmet sticker. What player
Uh,
do you think is gonna make the biggest impact in the game today?
I just know we supposed to do it last week, but that Crawford and the fight was last week. So we did what I'll pick the helmet sticker that we picked just then is for last week, and we're gonna do a post game show tonight and give out a helmet sticker. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna put it this way. Boy, it's a lot of games, bro, and that I'm gonna put it like this right here. We haven't seen. I'm gonna. Well, I don't know where to go with this, bro.
That's who you think is gonna have the biggest impact, man. It ain't gotta be. Yeah.
I'm telling you who's gonna have the biggest impact. Cam Coleman gonna have the biggest impact in today, tonight. He's
Cam
gonna have the
Coleman.
biggest Cam Coleman
Cam Coleman.
because everybody gonna concentrate on Singleton.
Okay. Um, the person that I think is gonna have the biggest impact today, I think DJ Lagway. I just got a feeling this is
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be that game. This is gonna be that game that everybody, because he's heard it all. He's heard all the criticism all week about the 5 interceptions. He comes out today and he goes off on that Miami defense. DJ Lagway is my prediction. I'm predicting he'll get the helmet sticker. That he will be the biggest impact player and on today's for week 4.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Look here, that would be my second pick on that one on the helmet sticker right there, Lagway. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd never seen a quarterback come off a bad game and have a back-to-back bad game.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen that. Have you?
Mm-hmm. Never. 3 interceptions now. Carson Beck did it last year. he had back-to-back. He had a 3 interception game against Florida, and he had a 3 interception game against Texas. He had a back-to-back. And he had 2 against Mississippi State. He was an interception machine last year. But never in my life of watching football, whether it's high school, college, or pro, that a quarterback threw 5 picks one week and turn around the following week and threw another 5 picks, man. You know, you do that, man. It's time to find something else. Mm-hmm. It's time to find another profession if you're doing it like that.
Yeah. Hey, you said Cam Coleman gonna have 200-yard receiving and 2 touchdowns. If that happened right there, Oklahoma surely gonna lose that ball game.
Yeah, he do that, man. He'll be in the Heisman conversation immediately. Okay, now everybody, this was a bye week for my Georgia Bulldogs. I didn't get a chance to do a dog call, because
Hey,
I was doing some fall cleaning
cleaning. Yeah,
in another sector this week. If you get my drift, but
yeah.
had to trim some bushes
Hey, you had to go you had to go trim some hedges and cut the grass
yeah,
back low, cause of some snake, just in case.
yeah,
Yeah.
I had to go cut some grass in another sector. But I'm gonna go ahead and make up for today my top 5 SEC rankings for this week, week 4, and I'm gonna unveil it right now. There it is, right there, and I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain why I have this new rankings here. Starting at number 5, what can you say? Don't let me tell you something. I've seen some bad South Carolina teams, okay? But look, you don't go in and do what you did, what Vanderbilt did in Columbia at night to South Carolina and William Bryce. Few teams have been able to do that, what Vanderbilt did. So they definitely fallen into the number 5 ranking. Welcome, Vanderbilt. First time since, man, it's been a minute since they've been ranked in the top 5 in the SEC. Number 4, Texas A&M. I have them right now. I have them right now because they haven't done it in the SEC yet. They have not won a big SEC game yet. Yes, they went on the road to South Bend and won a huge non-con game. I just got to see them do it against the Texas, against the LSUs, against the Auburns, against the Ole Misses. I got to see them do it against some SEC defenses because, like I said from the beginning, that ain't the same Notre Dame team that I saw in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in early January. I'm just telling you, that ain't the same Notre Dame team. Oklahoma, for right now, they're the third best team in the SEC. That could change like that. Barring what happened in Norman today. And I could see a scenario where the winner ends up in the number. If Oklahoma wins, they'll retain their spot right there because I think Georgia and LSU have a bye, if I'm not mistaken. So they're not moving, they're not budging. So, but if Auburn wins, I can see them just swapping spots, swapping places. So Oklahoma at number 3. Number 2, some people got Georgia number 1, the best team in the SEC. No, I still got Georgia number 2 because they've only won one SEC game. LSU has won 2. Okay, LSU has won 2. So my Georgia Bulldogs at number 2 and at number 1. What can you say? LSU, man. They're the story of the year so far in the SEC. You look, hey. Right now, it's looking like a LSU Georgia in the ATL, clash in the ATL, but it's still early in the season. What gives me pause on that prediction is the LSU has some question marks on offense, and Georgia O-line. Can that O-line get healthy? Because we're O-line, Georgia it got some gauntlet. They got a gauntlet coming up. They got Bama next week. Then they're gonna play Kentucky. Then they're gonna go to Jordan Hare and play Auburn, and then they got to turn around and play Ole Miss. So they got a gauntlet coming up, man. So for right now, for today, September the 20th, these are my top 5 rankings, man. So what you think, man?
Well, I got one problem with one of the top 5. Vanderbilt. Could they did that with Sellers at quarterback if he didn't go out the first quarter? That's a thought.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna answer your question first, and then I'm gonna answer two. Both of y'all came in with some damn questions at the same damn time. Um, yes, and I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking dead at the camera, and I'm telling you, yes. I think they could have still beat South Carolina because of the deficiencies on offense for South Carolina, and Vanderbilt can score. Vanderbilt can score. where South Carolina don't really have that capability of scoring into the high 20s or into the 30s or whatever. But I don't think it would have been a blowout. I don't think it would have been as bad, but I still think Vanderbilt would have got them by a field goal or maybe by a touchdown if Sellers would have played. It's only so far that Sellers can carry this team. If Sellers had, remember, Cam Newton had Michael Dyer. As great as Cam Newton was, he had Dyer at running back. So when they tried to key in on Cam or they put a spy on Cam, Dyer ate up that Oregon defense. And the rest is history. Y'all got a banner, national championship 2010. That's something South Carolina don't have. True?
Yeah.
They don't have. Norris Sellers does not have a Robin. Like Reed, like Marcel Reed at Texas A&M, he has a Robin. He has Concepcion.
Yeah. But like I said, it might have came down to the last minute field goal. But like I said, Vanderbilt
and Pavia got Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander is Pavia's Robin. You have to have that Robin. Can't do it by yourself in college football. So that's
when your quarterback goes at the game plan change for that quarterback. So that's, you see what I'm saying? That's why I'm looking at the game plan. Game plan. So what 225 girl said. She asked you a question.
Mondo, do you give Bobo a pass right now because the Dogs won, or you still keeping a close eye on him? This is the thing about Mike Bobo. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive on first down, and when he has a lead, he has to be a little bit more aggressive. Don't wait till you get behind to go calling plays, turning in the goddamn Kyle Shanahan. You know what I'm saying? Or Bill Walsh calling plays, pulling plays out the bag that we ain't never seen before. Be a little bit more aggressive on first down. You ain't always got to do a bubble screen on first down. You ain't always got to turn around and hand the ball off to the running back on first down, because damn near everybody in the SEC knows what you're going to do on first down. Mix it up. That's where you had success. When you came out mixing it up on first down, you had success last week. But when you but if you go into a game on first down and you running the same old plays, first down after first down after first down, the defensive coordinator is gonna start locking you down. They're gonna make adjustments and start locking that mess down. But his play caller won that game last week. If Georgia would have lost, it would have been because of Kirby and that defense. It would have been good. Look, Bobo play calling. He called the right plays at the right time last Saturday. To be honest with you, I got to give the man his props. I got to give him his props.
Yeah, she said that her only critique was him when y'all had Tennessee on the road. They got conservative and was doing run play that wasn't working.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you who else used to do that. Todd Monken used to do that.
Yeah, he did.
When we would get a little lead, he would get conservative. Remember the national championship game against Bama, right? When we took the lead, when we took the lead, I think it was like when we scored it was 14-10, and then we got an interception. And we had a chance to go up by multiple points. And Todd Monken was calling them little dink-dong check down plays. You just like you play to win the game, you got to coach to win the game. When you find yourself coaching not to lose, that's when you cost your team games. You got to be a little bit more aggressive with your play calling. That's what I loved about Steve Spurrier. When he was the head coach, when he had teams on the ropes, he would put them away. He put you away. Wasn't no coming back. He would put you away.
Yep. Hey, bro.
All right, man. So we're gonna go into our final thoughts. And we
I fe-
done we done covered everything today, man. You
hmm
know.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look. You know what? This has turned out to. I'm gonna say this. I think this is gonna turn out to one of the best college football season I've seen. You see, New Horizon team coming up, and the teams you thought were going to be there is not going to be there. We're seeing that this playoff system has changed the culture. The NIL has changed the culture. We have, bruh, we have seen some major games at the beginning of the year.
Hmm.
But I think the SEC next week is releasing the I think the regular opponents you're gonna play in the SEC. Yeah, like the Auburn, Alabama, Georgia, Auburn game that who's gonna play constantly, and rest of the 9 game schedule of the SEC next week. So just let y'all know
Hmm.
that. And guess what, bro? I'm ready, bro. These are matchups, bro. These are matchups for the day. Get your popcorn. Get what beverage you're gonna drink. Get ready, cause it's gonna be a
I,
wild ride today.
hey, yeah. And on that note, we're gonna find out. Everybody's gonna find out who their common opponents are. The third common opponents are. I'm very curious. A lot of Georgia fans are speculating that it will be South Carolina, but don't be surprised if it's Kentucky. I wouldn't mind if it was Ole Miss, but is we'll see. It's gonna is that day, that announcement is gonna be a huge day, and I will be doing a dog call, and I'm quite sure you'll be doing a War Eagle Zone
Yeah,
later on that
yeah.
night. So, uh, you want to go ahead and finish up with your final thoughts?
My final thought is it's just I'm just glad football season here. And I know after football season is NCAA basketball. I stay excited about basketball. After that, then I gotta wait about 2 or 3 months for football season to come back around. Hey, I'm happy. I'm happy. I be waiting for Saturdays. I be waiting for Saturdays. So hey, bro, hey, I don't know what's gonna go on today. I don't know what's gonna go on tomorrow. But all I know is it's college football day. Let's get rolling. And
You
one
ain't
more
got one
thing.
more. Okay.
Love and respect yourself. Because we love yourself. You see through all the BS. Self-love is the best kind of love that you can have. Because who can love you better than you love yourself? And one more thing. War Eagle. Hey.
All right. I want to thank all of you all for coming out on this Saturday morning, September the 20th, 2025. The next to the last Saturday in September. Hey, look, we're already in the 20th of September. We're in week 4 of college football season. That lets you know this year is going by fast. Not a big card on today's lineup like it was last week, but I think it's going to be some sneaky good games today. Definitely looking forward to the two marquee matchups: Illinois, Indiana, and Auburn and Oklahoma. I think those are going to be two thrillers because those are two evenly matched teams. Everyone be safe. Enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. Make sure you hit that like button for those of you that will be watching the playback. And for those of you that are in the Facebook crowd, we will be having the links dropped in groups in each groups, the trash talking groups. So we're not dropping them in there real time like we were doing in the past in the previous years. We'll be dropping the links, and that way everyone can watch the playback. So for those of you that will be watching the playback, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment in the comment section, let us know what you think about our picks and our predictions for the helmet stickers. So as far
Okay,
as
for you.
Oklahoma and Auburn, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Hey, before we leave, the 12 o'clock games, Texas Tech and Utah, which on Fox, Arkansas and Memphis, ABC. Maryland, Wisconsin is on NBC. Syracuse and Clemson at 12 o'clock. SMU and TCU on ESPN2. That's that.
Okay.
Hey, Yeah, that's a 12 o'clock, 12:45. Never mind. That UAB plus Tennessee. We already know how they're gonna go.
Yeah, they're gonna be the sacrificial lambs. Yeah, definitely. I can see Joey Aguilera putting up 500 yards on that. Everybody, thank you all for coming out. And hey, look, it's Oklahoma Auburn. Hey, I know I've been saying all through the offseason that Oklahoma's gonna get them. I just don't see that Oklahoma team being able to beat that Auburn or being able to handle that Auburn defense with no running game. I just don't see it happening. But we'll see. May the best team wins. My Georgia Bulldogs they have a bye week. They're off this Saturday. I get to sit back and relax and enjoy me some college football without any stress. Without any stress. So everybody, thank you all for coming out and enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. Peace and blessings. Hey, I'm going to say this. One last thing. Go Dogs. Sick 'em. Woo, 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 woo. And like my little sis, you knew what I always say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. See ya.
Woke up early, sun shining bright. Got the flag, got the fight. Ready for the big game today. College football fever. Yeah. Dugouts packed, the crowd's alive. Cheerleaders spinning, waving flags. Game day magic feels like home. With Mondo, D-Truth, Yunu, and Sniper on the mic. Are you ready for some college football Saturday? Let's cheer for our team. Feeling the thrill of the game. Screaming, jumping, never slowing down. Together we're unstoppable. Can't you feel the fun? Marching band, drums rolling out, tailgating, burgers cooking good. The field's lit, the energy's high. We're ready, let's make history. Coaches yelling, players running fast. From Texas to Notre Dame, Georgia, Clemson, USC, Tennessee, Bama to Ohio State, defending their crown. The final whistle, the crowd roars. Victory we won, it's all worth it. High fives, hugs, we're all one. College football fever.